on the show, we're thrilled to welcome someone who has taken social media by storm, one bubbly starter and crusty loaf at a time. With a loyal following that spans home bakers and bread lovers alike, she's demystified sourdough for thousands through her approachable tutorials, mouth-watering photos, and hater clapbacks. Whether you're a seasoned baker or just sour curious, you're in for a treat. Please welcome the one and only Sourdough Hoe, Angela Sinclair.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Exhausted all the time.
Because you're up baking late and early. Yeah,
I was up.
I knew
I
it.
woke up last night at midnight, then went back to sleep at 2, then woke up at 4, and then woke up at 5 to get ready.
To what? For stretching first, or what are you doing in the middle of the
Tallow.
night?
So I'm actually dropping my tallow tonight. So I've had to do all the renderings and do everything like back to back as close as possible so that it can drop on time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, We'll get into the tallow in a minute. We're gonna start by, well, I guess we've never really met you in real life, so.
No. You've met
I'm
my
Christy.
sister. That's like the other me.
So we know Angela because her sister Jackie was in our mom's group, and we've known her for years. And so I'm Christy.
I'm Christina.
Christina.
And I'm Angela. It has all your names though, so that helps
And
a lot.
Angela.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we're gonna start out with Christina does this thing like we've done it once, but quick questions. So she's gonna hit you with some quick questions, and you got to answer fast.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't be nervous because they're all easy and opinion based, so it's not hard.
My opinion gets me in trouble on social media.
Oh, speaking of Angela, I did promise Jackie I would do a disclaimer before this episode because she said you have a bit of a potty mouth. So if anyone is watching, maybe this is not the episode to watch with your children around.
Yes.
You are free to say whatever you want, but I just want to give a disclaimer that
I do. I have a potty mouth. Yeah, that's how
funny.
bad it is.
I'll definitely tick the explicit content box for this one.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. Quick questions. What is more stressful, baking or cooking?
Baking.
Do you bake with music or in silence?
With the TV shows.
Okay. Do you knead by hand or with a mixer?
Artisan loaves by hand, bagels with a mixer.
Is baking an art or a science?
Both.
Butter or olive oil on your warm bread?
Butter. All day. All the butter.
Italian or French?
French.
Raisins in bread?
Yes.
What is the best meal of the day to eat your bread with?
Every meal. There's different breads for every meal.
I'm here for that one. Should bagels always be boiled before baking?
Yes. If not, they're just bread.
What is your sourdough starter's name?
Controversial. I don't have one.
Oh.
No name. That's very controversial.
She's a
And I see
rebel.
all these cool names, and I'm like, I don't know. I just can't get on board. I can't do it. I can't name this jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that person. I did have names. I had names in the beginning, and then when we moved, I kind of was like, why? Why do I have a name for this thing? And that was it. No more names.
So you unnamed it.
I just erased the Sharpie, and that was it. Now it has no name. Yep.
And the last question, who is your celebrity crush?
So it's a female. It's
Oh.
Bunny, Jelly Roll's wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
my
amazing.
goal in life is to be on her podcast one day. That is my life goal.
That's
She's awesome.
Yeah. I met Jelly Roll in Key West 2 years ago. My husband took me to one of his concerts, like one of his last small concerts. And we were sitting at a bar getting a drink, and he was across the street, and we walked across the street and met him and took a picture with him.
Oh, that's
nice.
so good. Christina's a big Jelly Roll fan.
I am. He just seems like such a genuine, cool guy. Like I'd like to hang out with him.
The coolest guy. Like he was getting in his golf cart and I literally came running over trashed with my husband because it was our first getaway in like 5 years. So we go like running over and I'm like, oh my God, I love you. Where's Bunny? And then she wasn't there. But he's got out of the golf cart and he gave his assistant my phone. He's like, here, take pictures for them. My husband, I did leave my husband at the bar, but he saw me. So he came running over behind me. And then we got a picture with him, which was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so fun.
It's a great story.
So tell us more about you. So we know from your sister, and you kind of like gave me a little bit, but you started out as a hairdresser, right?
Yes.
Like tell us about your previous career, how you got to what you're doing now. You did a big move. Talk about that.
So when I was 14, I knew I wanted to do hair my whole life. Like I dressed up as a hairdresser for Halloween when I was in like second grade. Like who does that? And so when I was 14, I got my first assistant job washing hair at like a small mom and pop shop. And then at 17, I got my like a big assistant job at Peter of London, which was like a huge bougie salon in Miami. Worked there till I was about 20, was on the floor, did hair until last July. I stopped doing hair. So my husband and I in 2022 invested in multiple real estate properties with the intention of retiring and no longer living in Miami. So in 2022, we were able to do that. We bought a bunch of rentals in Tallahassee. And then last year in June, we came up to look at properties, looked at this random house in this random place called Alford, Florida, that is a town of 500 people. And this random double wide mobile home. And we're leaving like a house in Kendall in the heart of Miami with the pool in the back and the whole, my husband was a police officer in Homestead. So complete 180, complete lifestyle change. Within a month of seeing this house, we bought it, packed up a U-Haul and moved 9 hours northwest. And now we're both retired and go to the farmer's market and sell bread and bagels and tallow and cookies.
That is awesome.
It was a lot, yeah.
It's really cool.
I'd say it was like a midlife crisis, but you guys aren't even at midlife yet.
Yeah, I am 34. My husband's 37. He retired at 35, which was our goal. Because police work started getting real ugly after COVID and just not like, we have 2 little kids, the constant having to hold over 18-hour shifts, 20-hour shifts, court the next day. Like it just got to be, at what point are we going to be parents and not be workaholics? So,
right. Yeah.
So we just completely stopped working and quit everything.
Good for y'all.
So you live in the middle of nowhere.
So I live 45 minutes north of Panama City, in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. So when we were setting up this podcast, we're all in Florida, but you're like, oh, I'm on Central Time. I had no idea that Central Time started in Florida anywhere.
Same, me either. When we looked at this house, we were like, oh no, we're an hour early to meet the realtor. Like, what happened? Because we had stayed in Tallahassee because we had our Airbnb in Tallahassee. My other sister, Jackie's twin, lives in Tallahassee. So we were staying there. And like, no one told us, kind of asshole, rude. You didn't even tell us it's a time change. You just let us leave at the ass crack of dawn. So my husband was actually on a Zoom call on I-10 while we're driving. He's in a horrible mood. Our son was a mess. Like, it was such a bad morning. And we're driving here, and I saw the time change, and I was like, I'm just not going to say shit. Then kept driving. Yeah. I don't want to argue. I'll just show up and go, oh, no.
That's
I don't blame
awesome.
you.
So Tallahassee is Eastern Time.
Yes. So
okay, but where you are, it crosses over.
So it crosses over like almost exactly halfway between me and my sister's house in Tallahassee. Like when we time change, we know, okay, we're halfway there.
Oh, wow.
That's so wild to me. I can't, because I deal a lot with people in Dallas and they're on Central Time. So to think like you're on the same time as Dallas, that just feels so far apart to me.
Weird. It's so weird. It's still weird for me. Like we go to Tallahassee a lot because that's where our rentals are and that's where Jess is. So like if we want to be there at 9 a.m., it's an hour away. We have to leave our house at 7 because it time changes. So it's like a 2-hour.
Oh man.
That's
But if we
a lot of
leave there
math.
at 7 p.m., we get home at 7 p.m.
That's so wild.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
But you know
That,
what?
like, hurts the brain.
Perfect. Yeah, it's perfect for you because with doing sourdough, I find one of the hardest things for me is just timing everything and like knowing if I'm going to a party and want to bring a loaf, when I need to actually start it and
Mhm.
what my day is going to look like and when it's going to ferment and when I'm sleeping. Like, to me, that's the hardest part.
No,
And
for
then
sure.
the second hardest part is just cleaning because it makes such a mess.
Yeah, that is. I actually dry out everything before. Like, I don't wash anything. I dry all of my bowls out and then I scrape them and then wash them. Because if you scrape the dough or the starter once it's already dried, it's way easier to come off.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
I watched your video on that where you were scraping it dry, and then I was making egg rolls last night, and I'm like, no, I need to wait for this flour to dry so that I'm not clogging my sink. So you've already given me a good tip. I like put it into action right away.
It's the greatest
Yeah.
tip. If you let it dry out, it is so much easier to clean. Unless it's on glass. If you dry out your starter or your dough on glass, it is not easy to clean at all. It is.
But you also, I watched your video on filling the glass with the warm water.
Yes.
And that helped me, the next day when I was dealing with my mason jar.
With cleaning, that's the worst part. That's the worst part.
So how did you get into sourdough? Was it during the pandemic? Because I
No.
know your sister Jackie's the one that got me into it originally. I went to her house and she did like a little seminar on how to do it.
Yes. I made those breads with her. I was there
You
the day
did?
before her sandwich bread. She
We
was so
just
stressed
missed
out.
each other.
She's like, I have so many things to make. I'm doing a class tomorrow. And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, don't worry. I'll do it for you. So we did those loaves together.
Oh, she definitely didn't give you a shout out because we showed up and it looked like she had done it all by herself. And I was
older
so
sister
impressed.
right there.
Maybe it might have not been was it sandwich bread? She had sandwich bread, scones.
She had one of everything, it seemed.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, we did that together.
very impressive. And I'm like, you must have been doing this all day.
She was. She was. Yeah, we were switching off with Brooklyn. Like, okay, hold Brooklyn and I'll do this. And you hold Brooklyn and I'll do that. My husband is, I will say though, the main Brooklyn holder.
Oh,
Obsessed with him. He is obsessed with her. It's adorable.
that's cute.
But so sourdough. So my dad passed in 2021. I'm sure you know that already.
Yeah.
And then I kind of went like off the deep end. Just like lost my mind a little bit and drinking a lot and just out of control. So I got on social media one day and sourdough started popping up all over my TikTok for whatever reason. And I was like, this looks really cool. Like maybe this is a good way to channel myself into something because I get obsessive compulsive.
Yeah.
So I didn't start anything. I actually FaceTime Jackie randomly. Like we talk every day, but we happened to FaceTime that day. And she's like, oh, I got to go check my starter. I was like, what do you mean your starter? And she goes, I started sourdough yesterday. I was like, well, this is a sign. So I went to public that day. I got my bread flour and I started it. And we were like within a few days apart the entire process.
Okay, so you guys had each other.
Cool.
I wish I had someone. I try to get these two into it, but they're like, no, thanks.
It helps
Not
so
for me,
much.
but
If you have someone to like bounce things off of, it helps so
Yeah.
much. But then if they get a really nice loaf and you're still failing, that sucks. Because that happens to me.
Yeah,
Jackie
so
was
were you
doing
and
really well.
Jackie like competitive?
Super.
Yeah, I
Like,
can
we're
see
super
that.
happy for each
sisters.
other, but we're also super
Yeah.
like, well, why isn't mine perfect like yours? But I get excited for her, but I wanted perfect bread too. But now I've taken it to the extreme, and she makes bread here and there. Yeah, I made it a whole career.
So when did you? So you haven't listened to the last episode, but basically, when we do this segment called like Junk in the Trunk, we like surprise each other with random things. And so I had ordered your pancake mix. I ordered 3 from Etsy.
Yes, you were my second order.
Oh, you were like so fast. It came like the next day, day after. And so I put that in their like little bags for them.
Oh, nice.
So on the last episode, they opened it up and then I showed the pictures of how I made these amazing pancakes from your mix, which you can get on Etsy. And I like did a plug. I said, everyone go to your Etsy, go to your Instagram. So I forget how many followers you were at last week, but why don't you tell everyone how many followers you're at right now on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok?
So we were at, I have them all. TikTok is at 18,200. Instagram's at, I think, like 4,000. I had to turn off my internet on my phone because we have Starlink. So, can't have too many apps running at the same time because I live in the middle of nowhere. Instagram, I'm at 4,050, and Facebook is my biggest one. We're at almost 53,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And like,
sometimes
Yeah.
I have to just put my phone down and like, all right, I don't have any notifications turned on at all because it would be
all
like
day.
sometimes
Yeah.
I'll open my Facebook, I'll read a comment like in the notification section, and before I can click it, it's gone. Like it's a whole new page of notifications. So when I do my mean clapbacks, it's because I'm just in a mood and I'll start scrolling on my own videos, on my own comments and go, it's not because I saw them in the notifications. I go look for these people to say their things to.
Yeah.
I go look for trouble.
Your clapbacks are so good. Like, these people are insane. These keyboard warriors, what they're willing to say to people blows my mind. But so you had one video just go super viral, right? And that's what kind of like started this, the mold. So tell us about the mold. Tell us what happened.
So I typically used to shop at BJ's back home. We don't have BJ's up here. We started shopping at Sam's. I've never shopped at Sam's. I don't know, because everyone came for me about Sam's. Like, you shouldn't shop there. I don't know. I live rural. That's my only option. So that's where I shop. So we bought, Sam's has King Arthur flour. And I did hear your podcast where you're talking about how expensive it is. But at Sam's, it's only $8 for 10 pounds. Like, it's super affordable.
Wow.
Do I need a Sam's membership?
No, I don't
Sounds
use
like
King Arthur's
it.
anymore. I stopped using King Arthur's after the mold. Yeah.
So what do you use?
I'm doing a whole video on it, but I'll tell you first. I switched to Costco, to Kirkland Organic.
Okay.
I watched a whole video about it and how it
We
was
have
just
that.
as good.
So, and I have Costco. So
I have a Costco in Tallahassee, but it is Sam's is
That's a
probably
drive.
45 minutes and Costco's about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
but you just like get a ton at a time then.
I get a ton, or when my mom or sister come visit from Tallahassee, I'll have them bring me.
Okay, that's smart.
But
so
I
you
buy-
got a bunch of this bread flour, right?
So I went
It was
to
the King
Sam's.
Arthur's bread flour. Yeah.
And there was no signs like on the bags. And who looks at your flour bag? Like no one stares at your flour bag to check for mold. You throw that bitch in the cart and you move on.
Yeah.
So I threw it in my cart and I moved on. I get home and I had bought it Wednesday. I put my breads together on Thursdays. So my husband and I share a car. He's in town at jiu-jitsu with my son. I'm at home about to put together 7 dozen bagels, 10 loaves of bread. I open my flour and from the top I can see like the mold and the chunky flour. My daughter saw some ugly come out of me. I lost my shit.
I would have because it's so far away for you to get it. You're ready. You're like, you need to start now in order to have these things ready for the weekend.
Right.
Like time's a ticking. You don't have time.
And I had like 2,000 grams of starter peaked, ready to go. Like, what am I supposed to do now?
Because once it's peaked, you got to use it. Once it's peaked, that's a whole other thing. But
Yep. I feed my starter at a super high ratio, so I do have a long peak time, but it's still like I don't have 3 hours to go back to Sam's, return the flour, drive back home. So the only 2 other stores we have in town are Mariana are Winn-Dixie and Walmart. So, but they're on like opposite sides of town. So 30 minutes to town to check one place, drive 30 minutes to the other, then drive home 30 minutes. So my husband was at jujitsu next to Winn-Dixie, and I'm like, just run in, see if they have some 5-pound bags. They had a sale the day before. No King Arthur at all. So everyone was like shitting on me in the comments, like, oh my God, you're so dramatic. Like, it's so hard to find flour. My town has a gas station, a liquor store, and a vape shop. Like, that's what we have in my
Priorities.
We have to drive to a different town to go to the grocery store. So like, it's not. I get it. When I lived in Miami, I'd probably feel the same way. Like, oh my God, you're so dramatic. No, I don't.
Right.
Also, I
Yeah.
didn't have a car. My husband was at jujitsu. I'm not gonna walk. It gets 2 miles to even get to a main road.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. I just had to cut my bake in half.
So you put the video of you opening these like moldy things online, and how many views? Like
It's sitting right now. It's sitting at 19 million.
19 million people. I
Nice.
That's a
mean,
lot.
So I've had 5 videos total. 5, 6 videos total go viral.
yeah,
I can't speak. It's early.
it's
We
okay.
homeschool. We wake up at like 9 o'clock in the morning. We're very slow starters.
I will have to say we had to start super early because they notified you that your power is going to go out from
So
like a
we're-
certain time,
Yes, we're on
which
one
I've
of the
never
main.
heard of.
They tell us, but they are. I will say they are like they tell us like, okay, it's going to go out from 8:45 to 11:45, and it will shut off at 8:45, and it will click on at 11:40. Like they are very.
That's
on it.
weird.
Yeah, but they notify. I mean, I can literally.
At least they
call
tell
it.
you.
Like I can call the electrical company and be like, "Hey, how are you?" And they'd be like, "Hi, Mrs. Encore."
Oh my
What's
gosh.
What's the reason behind the power outages?
I don't know. I think they're probably putting up more power because a lot of people are buying land in this area,
Okay.
so they might be putting power to houses. I don't. They said they're working on the power plant. Maybe they're expanding it. We're like a mile from the power plant.
Gotcha.
So tell us about your tallow line that launches today, but this isn't going to air for like what, 2 weeks, Christina? Like
Yeah.
not next week, the week after. So it'll be out. So if it's not sold out, which it's probably going to be sold out, but if it's not sold out, get yourself some tallow. Explain this tallow craze to us.
So, this is such a random story, but I'm gonna like deep dive into it because it's kind of a good story. Last year, 2 years ago, Thanksgiving, my husband and I went to Jenny Springs, we were at Itchnatucky first, and we ran into one of his old high school friends, like a couple that got married from high school. Random encounter, such a random, like, she came out of the spring and was like, "Is that Michael Sincor?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck is this lady talking to you? Like, who are you?" So he's like, "Oh, this is my friend Marlene. We grew up together. This is her husband, Austin." She ends up adding me on social media last year. We hit it off. I teach her how to make sourdough, step by step, everything. I had always had an interest in tallow, but I had no one to learn with, and Jackie didn't want to learn, so I had no one to learn with. She ends up posting about her tallow. And I'm like, "Oh, can you help me?" She's like, "Yeah, you taught me how to make sourdough," like walked me through it step by step. She's the one I want to give full credit. They gave me like the vanilla infusion idea. We bounce ideas off each other all the time, but she told me, so you have to get suet fat, or I don't know how to say it, suet, because it's et like ballet. So is it suet?
Oh,
It's
suet?
suet.
I don't know.
Wish I knew.
Whatever that
Got
is.
nothing.
It's the cleanest part of the cow that you can get, like the cleanest fat. And
Okay.
it's supposed to be the most compatible to human fat. So basically, the way that it penetrates your skin is like you're replenishing your body with your own minerals and without liposuctioning them out of yourself. It's basically, you know
Okay.
how they were doing, remember how people were doing like that blood vampire thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the vampire facials. Yeah.
Same kind of concept without blood all over your face. So just, it's just like, so I have one next to me because I was going to show you guys. You can see the vanilla beans a little bit, like the little specks.
Yeah.
And it's
But
like
it's-
whipped, right? Like
It's whipped. So
Yeah.
it's super,
So it's
like
creamy.
it goes on, super silky. A little
yeah.
goes a long way. I don't know if you saw my sunburn post,
Yes.
but we went on
yes.
the river for 4 hours. I forgot to put sunblock on my chest like an asshole. And I was like crisp. And I covered myself in tallow for 2 days and nothing. I mean, I have a tan. You
Yeah.
can see the difference.
Right.
But it's a process. You have to render it down. You put salt in it. That's what pulls out, because everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna walk around smelling like bacon." No, stop it. Don't be ridiculous. No one
That's not a bad
smells like.
smell.
My dog does lick me a lot. Like, my dog licks me when I put it on quite a bit. She does, but she'll lick me if I put on deodorant. Like, I feel like that's just a dog thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So you put salt in it, water, tallow, which is the suet fat, and you have to render it down like 3 times until the odor's gone, and then you infuse it. So this next batch, I'm infusing with chamomile, calendula, flower, vitamin E, and jojoba oil, and that'll be like a baby batch. Then I'm gonna do the vanilla bean, and then just a clean, unscented for anyone that has super sensitive skin.
And where can we buy this? Is it on your Etsy also?
It'll be on my Etsy. So I was not anticipating a lot of sales because I am a small business, and I only did about, I think I'm gonna have about 50 jars total when I launch it. And my tallow video that I posted a month ago went viral this week. So I now have about 200 people on my pre-order list.
Oh,
wow.
That's awesome.
But that is
Which is why I'm
cool.
up late at night. Like, if I had no interest, I'd be like, whatever, I'll just launch it when I launch it. But now I've made these big promises I have to fulfill.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not a bad thing. You're a victim
No.
of your own success.
Yes, I'm super excited. I'm very, very excited.
And I just want to say that like horrible day with the moldy flour, like turned out to like get
Oh my
you
gosh.
all those views. It turned out to be one of
Yeah.
the best things that could have happened,
It was, yeah.
which is
It
crazy.
did.
That is so
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, I'm gonna order up some tallow. You guys
Maybe.
want me to order you some? I'll order, because
Tallow.
the shipping does get you on Etsy, but it's okay. That's why I
I
order
see what it is.
a few at a time.
But we're going to be a few down the line. If she already has 200 on the pre-order list, we're going to get our tallow
that's
in time
true.
for summer. For our summer
That's true.
sunburns. Yeah.
That's
So I'm
okay.
actually-
Well,
Yeah,
All
put us
I'm
on the list.
On the pre-order list, all I'm doing is sending everyone the link. So if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't.
oh,
Okay. So we have a chance.
You have
Yeah,
a chance.
we've got
Everyone
a
has
shot.
Christy has a chance for us.
Yeah,
To have a chance. Christy is the one that has to buy us everything because
I
Your
do.
best- Your best bet would be going through Jackie. She's always like she's the golden token to get to me, is to go through one of my sisters, because I'm weak. When they ask me for stuff, I'm like, okay.
Really quick before we get into this game, because we're running low on time, but how was it, because we were talking about this on the last episode, growing up as the baby
Yes.
with twin sisters?
I want to
Did
know
you
what it's like
always
having
feel left
Jackie.
out?
Yeah.
Oh, we want the Jackie dirt too.
Yeah,
but we
we
can
love
let that
Jackie,
off.
but she's a strong personality, and
a
I can
strong
see
personality.
having her. I'm the youngest of 3 girls, also, but my sisters aren't twins. There's 3 girls within 3 years of each other, and boy, it could be rough.
So Jackie and I feel like Jackie's like the neutral party always. She's just, my other sister and I.
That's
used
shocking
to,
to me.
Shocking.
oh yeah. She's always like, just let it go. It's not a big deal. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine, Angela. Because I'm very hot-headed. Like, I'm very, very hot-headed. So I feel like she knows she has to like.
Diffuse.
So if Jackie's the middle, then you're up here.
Yeah.
And then Jess is like down here.
No, Jess is like, don't argue.
Yeah.
Kumbaya.
I'm more of a Jess. I like can't handle conflict. I'm very sensitive.
No, I'm super confrontational. I mean, I go scrolling for issues on Facebook. I'm very.
No, that's good for you for being an influencer.
Yes.
Like you need that.
Yeah.
That's gonna do you well. I could
Yeah.
never be an influencer because if one mean comment, I'd cry all day about it.
I had a friend tell me that, and I'm like, why? Like, you're never going to meet this person in your life.
I know.
And if you do, you probably won't even know it's the person that left the comment. Like,
Yeah.
And they
how my
won't admit
husband
to
is.
it.
My husband's like you, and I think that's why we like do well together. But
yeah.
whew, I don't know. It gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
What if your podcast takes off and people write mean things?
Yeah,
Someone
but
gets
at
some
least
tough
like
skin.
me and Jenna and Christina are like in it together, so
Yeah.
we could like vent to each other. And
Oh, no. I don't care.
I
what
don't
people
know.
think.
I'm usually the first line of defense on the comments too, so I can filter it for Christy's personality.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I would have to do for Jess. It's like, no, they didn't mean it that way. They meant it in the kindest way about how your disgusting hair touched the food. They didn't mean it mean. Yeah. That would be Jess.
Jenna, do you have a game for us?
I do. I even printed it out.
I'm very excited for this.
It's called Whimsical Bread.
Ooh.
I talked to my friend ChatGPT, and I had them write a whimsical description of different types of bread without using the name of the bread in the description. And you have to guess.
You have to guess the bread.
Okay.
I'm not going to be good at this. I don't know my breads too much, but
Hopefully it's low-key bread options.
It's pretty. Some of them are very obvious.
Okay.
So this one you're gonna get. So, a golden ring forged in the toasty fires of breakfast destiny. Yes.
bagels. Good job.
I have to say it first if I want to win.
Yes, I want your bagel recipe because I tried bagels
Yeah,
for the
those
first
look
time
good.
last week, and they look anything like yours. And
No.
you're gatekeeping the recipe because you posted your video making them, but you didn't let us know how you made them.
She has
No,
to keep her secrets.
I do. Again, your best bet is Jackie. She has all my recipes. She has everything. Yeah,
Jackie will share.
She will.
All right. Another one is a buttery daydream folded into 1,000 golden whispers. This flaky
Croissant.
marble.
Croissant.
Yes.
Yeah, butter. That's all I needed right there.
A golden wand of crunch and charm. This crusty companion crackles like a campfire with every bite, guarding
Baguette.
a. Yep.
Baguette, French. Oh, yeah. Okay. The wand. I see you.
All right. A sun-kissed loaf with a rebel spirit. This airy delight wears its crackled crust like a badge of honor, light, crisp, and full of stories. Born in the warmth of island ovens and kissed by the lard's secret charm,
Island
it
ovens.
hums with a gentle sweetness and a mischievous pull, like a warm
Hawaiian
breeze
bread?
off the coast. No. Off the coast of. No. Your Hawaiian dinner rolls. Pulling you back from just one more bite. It's comfort with a Caribbean lilt baked into every
What's a
golden
Caribbean
inch.
bread?
Cuban
I don't-
bread.
Oh, Cuban.
Oh.
You should know that. You're
like
from Angela. Come on. Get your head
That's
out
not
of
how
your
she
ass.
describes her Cuban bread.
No, I don't. I get it toasted flat from the Cuban restaurants.
That's the good way.
Yeah, that's the best way.
A soft round pocket of possibility. This humble marvel puffs with pride, like it's
Right.
holding its breath in anticipation of flavor. Warm and pillowy with just a whisper of chew, it's a doughy moon that hides treasure inside, waiting to be filled with whatever your heart
Is it a
or
crescent?
hummus desires.
hummus.
Part bread, part magic trick. It's the edible envelope of dreams.
Oh, pita?
Pita.
Oh, pita. Good job, guys.
It's a crusty symphony of wild-hearted bubbles and tangy rebellion, an ancient alchemy coaxed from flour,
I feel like this is
water,
sourdough.
and time. It is.
Artisan, yeah, an artisan loaf.
Yeah. And then this one's harder. A dark and dreamy loaf with a mysterious soul. This earthy enchantment whispers of deep forest and old world kitchens. Rich as twilight and dense with mischief. It tastes like a
Focaccia?
rye wizard.
Rye?
No, it tastes like a
tastes
rye,
like rye.
wizard. Cast a spell of molasses and roasted secrets. Each slice is a little journey, bold, brooding, and just a touch of sweet, like a bedtime story with a wink and a nudge.
Oh, Cheesecake Factory's bread? Brown bread?
It is. It's pumpernickel.
Is it?
Oh!
All right. Last one. A golden garden of flavor, a fragrant golden canvas kissed by olive oil and crowned with the jewels of rosemary and sea salt.
Focaccia.
This soft,
yeah.
airy masterpiece. Yep.
I've got focaccia in the refrigerator right now. I'm going to bake up later.
Don't make it in a metal pan because it won't work. Like an aluminum pan. That was one of my
Really?
other videos. It didn't crust on the bottom and people hated me for it. I don't know why they were so mad. They were super mad at me. The bottom of my
I only
focaccia.
have
they
a
were-
metal like 9x13.
But you have like
have
a
a
metal
glass
one, like
dish?
stainless steel, not like
Yeah,
aluminum.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
like a throwaway one? No. Okay.
I did a throwaway one because I was like, oh, I could use these as disposable to sell at the market and just sell the whole pan. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and people got mad at me for that.
Really?
People are stupid. Like,
That
have
was
lots of
another viral
opinions.
video, and my hair touched it a little bit.
God forbid.
But like, I clearly stated in the video that we were eating it in the video. Do you think I'm selling a bread? I'm fucking eating? Like, clearly this is for my family.
What's your favorite like thing someone said to you, like that you clap back at, or?
Oh, there's a lot. Someone with bunny or cat ears told me that I was irrational or something, or I don't. She said something ridiculous, and I was like, "Oh, you're wearing like cat ears in your profile picture." There was a recent one where she told me that I'm ignorant and she does facials on herself 7 days a week. She's 67 and looks 40. She has not one picture of herself on her profile. I scrolled that bitch. I looked because I was like, I'm look like you're 40 and I'm pulling your ass out. Not one picture of herself. She said she has no wrinkles on her face. Her pores are clean and empty of sebum. Her housekeeper told her that her skin is softer than her 5-year-old son. She said that my skin and complexion look terrible and I have prominent redness and it's very unattractive. So my response was, calm down. You're going to give yourself a stroke, Adele. I highly doubt your housekeeper said that. However, my butler did tell me that my skin is softer than his 1-day-old granddaughter's, and I'm also 98. So I think I look pretty decent.
Like, that's great.
Your housekeeper did not tell you that. Don't make
why is
things
she
up.
touching your face?
You haven't had any comments by Linda Sue Johnson, have you?
No, I heard about her though. I did see your thing. No.
God, I
get a
hope
lot of
Linda Sue
comments.
Johnson comments on you.
No, I get a lot of comments about how I dress. A lot of older women do not like how I dress.
What do you mean? Like that?
Like, I don't dress feminine. So this is all for the podcast. I have sweatpants and long tube socks on at the bottom.
Oh, so you're
Like,
Adam
love that for you.
Sandler. Adam
Yes.
Sandler is
Yes.
your okay.
Like,
That's fine.
I can
Who
dress
cares?
up and I can go out and look great, but I don't need to do that every day. Like, I record every
No.
day. I'm not going to do
Yeah.
a tight, skin tight dress every single day. Yes, for certain things, I'll dress up, I'll look nice for today, but I can't do it forever. And sometimes things happen, like my starter looks amazing. I'm like, oh, I want to record. Am I supposed to go put on a makeup and blow dry my hair before I do that? No. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
unrealistic.
Yeah, I like
but you're
that. It
also at
makes you more
home.
real.
More
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need more influencers that are real and not like done up all the time.
right. I used a filter. I did try to use a filter once making something, and I looked at it and I was like, whenever I move the wrong way, it comes off. And I look like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Can't do this. Cannot do this. So,
That's funny.
No filters. It is what it is. I look how I look. Someone already married me.
Speaking of somebody marrying you, you sent me a little blip about how you and your husband met.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get that story?
So, I followed him on Instagram because,
Stop.
yeah, I was like, who is this guy? He's so cute. Like, he got suggested to me because we had friends in common. So I followed him on Instagram. He had pictures in his uniform, of course. So I'm like, one of my friends ended up liking his picture, who's married with kids. So I'm like, okay, I know she's not like interested in him. She's married. So I messaged her and she's like, oh, that's Officer Sincor. I work with him. She's like, but he's really nice. Like, you can't be you. I'm like, okay. Thank you. So she actually set us up on a blind date. She went up to him at work. They worked together. She went up to him and asked him, like, oh, are you interested in her? And I'm like, how? Like, way to make me feel bad about myself if he says no. You lied
Did
to
she show
me.
him a picture of you?
Yeah. Yep. So she set up a blind date, and that was on December 5th, 2016 was our blind date. Then we dated for like a month. Then January 17th, I don't know, in there, of 2017, I found out I was pregnant. And then our wedding anniversary is February 4th, 2017. So we were dating for less than 8 weeks.
Wow.
Before you got married?
Wow.
So you dated, 6 weeks later you're pregnant, and then 2 weeks after that you were married?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
fast.
I told my dad I was pregnant at Jackie's house on Bo's first birthday. Because I was like, okay, he won't like
Right.
destroy me in front of the whole family on his
plan.
grandson's
Good plan.
birthday. So, and I left my husband in Miami because he was just my boyfriend at the time. So I left him, went to my nephew's birthday, to Bo's birthday, and I got my dad a cup because Jackie was pregnant with Evelyn at the same time. So I got my dad a cup that said Papa of, and it was 3 little babies. And he looked at me and he said, "Are you pregnant?" I said, "Yeah." And he says, "What are you going to do?" I said, "We're going to get married next week if you would like to come." Yep. And we got married the next week in our townhouse living room. We ended up actually having a wedding last year, just the 4 of us, me, my husband, and our 2 kids. We rented a venue. We did not tell anybody. We just sent them our wedding pictures after.
Oh,
that's
that is
cute.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
how long
everyone
have you been
likes
married
us
now?
for that. So we've been married 8 years now.
Wow.
Oh.
So it worked out.
Incredible. Yeah.
And another child. The second one was planned.
Good for you. Good job.
I pulled it together in the end.
So you and your sister had like opposite.
I was always the wild child. Like my husband and I both say if our relationship and marriage didn't happen the way it did, we probably would not be together today. Like we're both very impulsive. You pissed me off, I'm out of here. But having this commitment now has made us be normal people that work on relationships and don't just tell each other
Yeah.
off.
Your video of you rolling your eyes at him when you'd been like talking for 10 minutes and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, are you talking to me?" It was so real because I felt that to my core because my husband's like just in space sometimes. And then he comes back at the weirdest. I'm like, what do you mean?
This morning, I was actually telling my husband a whole story, and he's not an early riser. Like, he will stay up. He does bedtimes with the kids while I'm, like, laying on the couch passed out. But he's not a morning person. He's a night person all day. And this morning, I'm in the bedroom talking to him about getting on and how to, because I don't know how to use his laptop. And he looks up at me, and I was like, right? And he looks up at me and he goes, "Were you talking to me?"
Oh, the
The
rage.
fuck else would I be talking to right now?
Yeah.
But I also do talk to myself a lot. Like sometimes he'll be like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, I'm talking to myself." He's like, "Oh, okay."
Oop.
Yeah, I do. I talk to myself a lot, especially with bread. With bread, I talk to myself a lot because you have
Nothing
to.
wrong with
Like,
that.
you have to know because it's a lot of numbers. So I'm like, okay, I need 2,000 grams. I have 200, so I need to feed it 1,800. So I need, and that's I do all of that out loud.
Yeah, I feel you on that. That's
But if you are trying to open a micro bakery or anything, I will say ChatGPT. No, anyone on listening, ChatGPT.
Oh.
That's your best friend. Any
Yeah.
business, that's your best friend.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn that ChatGPT is amazing. I don't know what I've been doing, but I was telling Christina yesterday, like, our college and high school degrees should mean so much more because we got through it without ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So I feel like they should be weighted a lot more than these kids now that are just using it for everything.
Everything. Mm-hmm. And you
That's
can tell it to
insane.
speak. Like you can have it speak in your tone. So a lot of my story, I'm not a writer. I'm not good at writing captions for my videos. And a lot of people want those like detailed captions. I'm not good at doing that. So I'll tell
Yeah.
ChatGPT like what I want, how to break it down, and it will write me out a full detailed. And I'll say to put it in my tone, so it will add a little bit
Oh,
of
wow.
bitchiness to it. And
That's so good. I had
Copy
a
paste.
business like piss me off yesterday and I wanted to write like a really mean letter, but I'm not a writer and I like feel, like I said, anxiety. I don't like that. So I was like, please respond to this email, angry but professional. And it did. And I just copied, pasted it. And I had my finger on that trigger to send it all night. I feel bad sending it, but they really made me mad.
You
And I
didn't
just
send
sent
it?
I did.
Okay.
I did. We'll
She'll
see if
press
I get a
the send button for you.
response. But whew.
I was going to bully you into sending it right now if you didn't send it. When you did this.
Angela's like, I'll send it. Where does it need to go?
I'll send it.
All right, guys, let's open up your junk in the trunk.
Junk.
I have a knife, so I'm not going to use it on camera.
Okay, let Angela open up her box first, and then she's got a bag in the box.
I didn't know if I could open the box at all, so I didn't open it.
Yeah, I could have told you could have, but thankful for Florida and UPS and like 1 day shipping, because we're
quick.
We're like, how are we gonna get it to her? And this, well, they don't know.
In the middle of nowhere.
And then late last night, I was like, oh my God, did you get the package? And she was like, yes, I got it.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, you guys can open it up.
Here, pretzel rings.
Pretzels.
Big.
Ooh, these look yummy.
Pretzels are my weakness. That's my late night snack.
I have no idea how these are. I just was like searching up something sourdough related that was non-perishable and I could easily like get to you guys. So I ordered these off of Amazon. They're very hard to find. Like I think World Market sells them and that's about it. And they're online, but you'll have to let me know how they are.
vegan.
And then they were like huge bags.
They are big, yeah.
But you can share with the family.
I'm not going to.
It's her late night snack now.
Should we open them?
Yeah, you can try them out.
I want to try. I love pretzels.
Oh, they're
It
big.
It says we created the ring-shaped design so you could crown your craft and bring two great products together, like your craft beer.
Oh.
There's a reason. And there's real
like
malted barley
familiar.
and a dash of hops as a tip of the hat to all the brewmasters out there. Is it good?
I'm a fan. Mm-hmm.
They're good.
Have you made pretzels? Like, I'm sure you've made soft pretzels, but have you tried the hard pretzels yet? Or
No. I'm like I said, pretzels are my jam. That is my every single night. That is my snack. I sit down with cream cheese and my pretzels. My husband makes fun of me all the time. He's like, yeah, her and her pretzels, 3 at a time, 3 at a time. Exactly.
But it's better scooping with 3.
It's easier. How am I supposed to, like one stick?
It's like a rake, and it rakes.
wait,
it
what
up.
are you dipping
I agree.
it in?
Anything.
Chive and onion cream cheese.
That's a good choice.
Ooh, that sounds good, yeah.
It's weird, but it's addicting. He started it, and now I can't stop. So this bag will probably be gone by tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad you like pretzels.
I love pretzels. Love pretzels. Love carbs. I love carbs in general.
Yeah, who doesn't? But Jackie was trying to tell me that sourdough carbs don't count, and I don't know if that's true.
No, they're much healthier. So obviously the plain artisan loaf is going to be your healthiest because it's just flour, water, and
It's just
salt.
flour and water. Yeah.
But then you get into like the bagels where you have the sugars, the syrups, the honey, depending on what you use. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually found out from one of my friends, and I don't know if you use honey in your bagels, but I do not, because when you heat honey to a certain temperature, it lets out toxins that are super unhealthy. Yes, and a lot of people use honey in their bagels.
I like in the mix. The recipe I used had me put a scoop of honey in the water to boil it in.
You can use maple syrup.
Okay.
It's healthier to. I know I'm that person. I was never this person. Like I grew up on Gushers, but I have
Didn't
become
we
this
all?
person. Yeah,
Yeah,
I become this like I think my husband's sick of me.
Well, that's the problem with sourdough, because now that I'm doing it and I'm like constantly making stuff, but I don't want all this bread around my house. So I've been just passing out loaves to
That's
people.
how it starts. That's how it starts.
Yeah, but I'm excited to make this focaccia tonight, but it's not going to be healthy because I'm going to have like garlic butter and rosemary all in there.
Fine. It's fine. It's delicious.
Butter's good for you.
Butter's good for you if it's
Did
pure
you
butter.
whip it yourself?
What?
Did you whip it yourself?
No, I did not whip it myself. But I had a friend, she's like, oh, you should just
then
make your own butter to go with
it's
the
easy.
sourdough. She
It's super
said,
easy.
it's really easy. But
Like
I,
sourdough boggles my mind. Butter,
Put
I
it
can
in your
do.
mixer. Turn on your
Yeah.
mixer. I know you don't
my
have a
problem
mixer.
is, yeah, oh, she knows. She knows.
I do my research. I have to do my research. I actually just ordered my Bosch mixer, and I'm getting rid of my 2 KitchenAids.
Oh,
Wow.
Mhm.
That's a big move.
yeah. We'll
It was
see how
It was a huge move. I was
Yeah.
terrified. It was dry heaving, pressing purchase. I held the phone up to my husband. I'm like,
But
"That's fine."
but this is your business. Like, you need to invest in your business, and you got to
That's
have
what
the
you're
best. Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
And
I
I
think
like-
you're.
I don't know. I'm very like, I'd rather make my life more difficult to save than splurge on something. I don't know, but then
Yeah.
I'll go spend money on dumb things that I don't need to spend money on. It makes zero sense. Like, we were in Miami, and I was like, well, I'm not due for lip filler, but I mean, we're here, so
So
let's go.
let's make the most out of it.
When I sat down, she was like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know, just I'll be back like in a year.
I
But
love
I'm gonna buy
it.
myself a mixer. Makes no sense.
Jenna and Christina, do you have any like sourdough questions for her?
I did have one question. My one question I want to know is the pancake mix had dehydrated starter in it. And I want to know about that. Like, what is that like? What's the process?
So I actually have some dehydrating right now. I could show you.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
okay.
grab it. Okay,
Yeah.
let me grab it. So I put this. You're gonna see my sweatpants.
It's okay.
There we go.
It's the real
Fine,
you.
just sweatpants. So
Already.
this is the
That's quick.
dehydrator, and
Okay.
then you can see that's the sourdough starter on top.
So you just spread it out?
Yeah, when it peaks, I have my sourdough starter here. So once this peaks, then typically I'll have about this much starter, and I'll fill up the whole thing. Then you take it out, spread it all out when it's like at its highest point, because you want it the most active it can be so that it rehydrates quickly. And then dehydrate it, and then I have to put it in a blender, and then I have to put it in a coffee bean grinder to get it fine enough to get into the pancake mix to rehydrate quick enough. And once you mix them, within like a few minutes, you should see bubbles start forming, and that's the starter activating.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a lot of work for
It is a lot of work.
It's all a lot of work.
It all just
a lot.
every time Christy's like, well, I figured this number and then I counted backwards by 10 days and I minused 4 and then I added 6 and I was like, I'm out. I can't. I'll just eat what you provide.
Yeah.
Like I cannot wrap my head. I would forget. Like I would just not be able to do it.
I have friends like that. It's just certain personalities. Like I'm a type A personality.
I'm
OCD.
not.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a commitment. It's a second child.
I do have to
We're
say
third.
that your packaging and everything is so awesome. Your branding, like the Sinclair Homestead with the
Thank
horns,
you.
like so
That
good.
was-
Like
We did put a lot into that. I wanted to stand out at the markets. You go to the farmers markets, and it's usually like mom and pop. Like I don't want to hate on anybody or throw shade to any, but it's kind of
Right,
like thrown
but-
together. It's like a tablecloth thrown over and packaged in some aluminum foil. Like it's not a great. It's not a great effort, I guess. Usually,
Yeah.
so I wanted to make sure that I stood out, and I feel like
Stood
the
out.
best way to
Right.
stand out was with my first 2 markets, as like people were getting to know me, I got so many comments on my packaging, and oh my gosh, your labeling, your packaging, this looks great. So it made it worth it. And I did.
Yeah.
I sold out my first market last week.
Yay!
And I've only been to like 5 and I've sold out. So that was super
That's
exciting.
awesome.
But yeah, label, it's the same thing. This was my tallow jar, but now for Etsy, we're switching to a glass amber jar,
Dark, yeah.
and I'll change my labeling a little bit. I just wanted to, if I want to sell my brand and price it at a certain price point, then it needs to look like it's worth what I'm selling it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
I'm excited to try the tallow because that pancake, I've never made pancakes that were that thick and fluffy, and all my kids wanted seconds.
My
So-
kids ask for pancakes all the time. And it's so sad because sometimes I'm like, I don't have enough dehydrated starter. I'm sorry. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. They all sold. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, your power's about to cut out in like 5
Yeah.
minutes. So
I have my AC at 65 so that I don't die while it's off.
Oh.
I'm crazy.
well, thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Don't forget us when you're super famous
Yeah.
and on Bunny's podcast. Remember
Not at
where
all.
you started.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Fingers
It's
It
gonna
crossed.
is.
happen. I have no doubt you're gonna get
Yeah.
yourself there. I mean, I am so impressed by everything you've done with social media and your brand.
you.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm a customer for life. So
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, my power's about to go out.
Huge thanks to Angela, the Sourdough Hoe, for sharing the details behind her sourdough startup. If this episode left you hungry for more, be sure to like and follow. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for joining us, Angela.
Yes,
Of course.
thank
yeah,
you.
this was awesome.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
You
Go
too.
take
We'll
a
see you
nap.
next time.
Once again, bye.
Bye.
Between Carlines is hosted by Miss Christy, Miss Christina, and Miss Jenna. Music by Lindsay Anderson, edited and produced by Miss Christina. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week for an all-new episode. Thanks for listening.